Hi everyone. Do you know what is apprenticeship at Google and how it is different than internship? Well, if you don't, then we have Neha with us to tell us more about it. Hi Neha.
Hi.
So yeah, tell us some more about what is apprenticeship at Google.
So I have joined Google in March as a digital marketing apprentice. So
Mm-hmm.
apprenticeship and internships are correlated but not the same. Internship is basically जो आप college में लेके करोगे. For example,
Mm-hmm.
it can be of 3 months or can be for 6 months. It's a
Mm-hmm.
it's a thing which goes on with college. And apprenticeship is a way like a kind of more specialized version of internship, and you'll get more practical knowledge and more in-depth knowledge about the field you're getting into and about the work you are going to do in the future. So apprenticeship can only be applied when you have completed your college education, at least
Okay.
undergraduate or masters.
So tenure में कितना difference होता है? Like how long is apprenticeship and internship? I know it's 2 months or 6 months at Google, but what about apprenticeship?
So Google provides two types of apprenticeship. So one is for 1 year, and the second
Mm-hmm.
one is for 2 years. So currently, which I am pursuing, is for 2 years.
Okay.
So only the IT cohort is for 1 year. Other apprenticeships in Google is all for 2 years. They're all for 2 years. Yeah.
Okay, so you'll be basically working with your team for 2 years, but
Mm.
that won't be a full-time job. That will be called as apprenticeship. Okay.
Yeah.
And what are different kinds of apprenticeships offered in India?
IT, digital marketing, project management, and data analytics. So four types of apprenticeship.
Okay.
IT is the only one which is for 1 year. Others are all for 2 years. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Mm.
And is this across Google India office locations? या फिर is it like कि गुड़गांव में there will be certain kind of apprenticeships, Hyderabad में different? Is it also the case?
So no, it's not like that actually, but mostly apprentices are based out of Hyderabad office or Gurgaon office. Most of them
Okay.
are in Hyderabad mainly. And
Mhm.
in the third position comes Bombay. Bangalore mein to very few are there actually.
Okay.
The main
Okay.
concentration is in Hyderabad for apprentices. So government has launched a scheme for providing, like asking corporates or other big companies to provide apprenticeships to youth in India to,
Mhm.
grow the youth and make sure they are well educated and upskilled in every field. Or in apprenticeship also after college, it's not necessary that you pursue it after college because there are many people in my cohort who are like 27 years old, 30-year-old, and they are just, having a career change. ऐसा नहीं है
Mhm.
कि ऐसा कोई लीनियर पाथ है अप्रेंटिसशिप का.
Mhm.
अगर आपको करियर चेंज करना है देन ऑल्सो अप्रेंटिसशिप इज द बेस्ट वे टू एंटर इनटू अ न्यू फील्ड बिकॉज आपको
अच्छा.
ऑन द फील्ड एक्सपीरियंस होगा जॉब का विदाउट हैविंग अ फुल टाइम रिक्वायरमेंट.
Mhm.
सो गूगल वेलकम्स दैट.
So, what's your background? Where did you study and when did you graduate?
So I graduated in 2022. I did my undergrad.
Mhm.
So I did it in luxury fashion management. It's like
अच्छा.
basically a business course, but all my case studies were of luxury fashion brands. So it
Okay.
had marketing, it had finance, it has big business, everything, a mix of everything. And then
Mhm.
I was interning, then I had 2, 3 internships here and there. And before Google, the last place where I was interning in was at Bulgari. It was a
Mhm.
marketing internship for
Okay.
6 months. And I was
Mhm.
like actively applying at the time when the applications were open for Google. I was actively applying here and there, and I found it on LinkedIn. So I applied
Okay.
here.
So you applied on LinkedIn and then recruiter reached
No,
you
through
out.
the career page, through the Google's career page. That's
Okay.
the best place to apply it. Yeah.
Got it. Got it. And when did you, after applying, कितना time लगा call आने में?
I guess 15 to 20 days. कॉल नहीं आया था एक्चुअली, मेल आया था. So
Okay.
mail was about कि congratulations, we have shortlisted your CV and for the next step you need to
Mhm.
go through an online test sort of thing. तो
Uh-huh.
जैसे aptitude test होते हैं ना for CAT etc. बट
Uh-huh.
थोड़े कम लेवल पे मान लो एक बार. So
Uh-huh.
mathematical reasoning, critical reasoning वाले questions, they were like 20 or 30 questions and you
Okay.
had to answer them. And it was written कि ये जरूरी नहीं है you have to give correct answers to everything. They
Uh-huh.
also keep a weight to your CV. So it's not like कि आपने टेस्ट में अच्छा नहीं किया तो आपको नहीं
Mm-hmm.
लेंगे. If your CV is really good, they'll take
Mm-hmm.
you. मतलब
Acha.
हाँ, irrespective of the test.
The test was like not like more of an elimination round. It's like
हाँ, more
ठीक
of
है,
an
it
elimination
can
because people from all over India
uh,
applies, and you know how much competition is there anyway for any role,
but
especially
not
at
hard elimination if you
नहीं,
see.
I would say अगर there was a time limit which was hard. मतलब you cannot go and just Google the question.
अच्छा अच्छा
तो मतलब
ठीक है
आपको जब तक आप गूगल करने जाओगे आप बैक नहीं जा सकते हो. द क्वेश्चन
हाँ
विल डिसअपीयर.
ओके ओके
इट्स हाँ, और मैथ वाले थे द मोस्टली नंबर्स विल बी डिफरेंट.
ठीक है once you got the positive result from your test what happened after it like what kind of rounds happened and how much time did the overall process took
So overall process took like 3.5 months, 3 to
mm-hmm.
4 months exactly, and it got delayed a bit also. So
Okay.
after my that online testing, there was another round, which was
Mm-hmm.
a telephonic interview. So I
Okay.
got the confirmation after like 10-15 days again that you are being shortlisted for the,
Mm-hmm.
telephonic interview. And it was not conducted by Google exactly. There is a
Mm-hmm.
third party called CAIT Gate, which
Okay.
which has a tie-up with Google for, all the apprenticeships and
Mm-hmm.
upskilling and education which they give it to us. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So Kate took that interview. So I we can schedule a call on the link. And after
Mm-hmm.
that they call you, they ask you two behavioral question like, have you ever been in a situation like this? Have you ever been in a situation where you had to face this or that? इसी type
Okay.
के
Okay.
related to workplace. If you were
Okay.
a situational, एक I think ऐसा था behavioral था, एक situational था.
Mm-hmm.
After that, they asked me to write an email and also just ask basic question. Why do you want to apply to Google? Why Google? Why digital
Mm-hmm.
marketing? What are your career aspirations, etc. So it was for
Okay.
about half an hour, I think. Yeah.
Nice.
So
Nice.
that was the second round.
Got it. So दो ही राउंड होते हैं पूरे प्रोसेस में
No, 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 no. There are two interviews after that. So after
अच्छा
the telephonic interview is done, you get a confirmation
mm-hmm.
that you are on to the next round. We have scheduled the first interview for you. So Google may usually for all the position there are minimum of two interviews. One is for your, they call it to check your Googliness. How well will you fit in into Google's culture,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
how well are you as a human being and as a colleague, as a peer to everybody? What are your strengths and weaknesses like that? It's
Mm-hmm.
not at all a technical interview, the first interview. And the second interview is more of, about your technical skills.
Okay.
How well do you know about the field that you have applied into? Can you,
Mm-hmm.
upskill yourself if you don't know, if you don't have the information currently? It's about more
Mm-hmm.
like that. So in the first interview, they also asked me about 2 to 4 behavioral and situational questions. And if you watch a lot of YouTube videos, there are like, you know, n number of videos showing different types of methods to answer those kind of questions. एक है star method करके. So basically, you assess
Yeah.
the situation, tell them your task,
Task. Yeah.
action. Then there's a
Result.
whole thing on YouTube
Yeah.
about that. So that's the
Yeah.
best way to answer those type of questions because
Yeah.
आपको comprehensive answer देना होता है. ऐसा नहीं कि
Mm-hmm.
one liner दे दिया, two liner दे दिया, minimum. और आप सोचो, it's like you don't have to answer anything immediately. You can take 5 minutes, think
To
about
think.
it, structure it, answer it, keep a rough copy or something. ऐसा नहीं है, they give you time to breathe. The interviewers are really, sweet and responsive, and they are taking a lot of notes while they are, conversing with you.
Got it. Got it.
That was the first interview, like,
Mm-hmm. And
and
then
then it was the second interview. The time for the second
same day
interview.
or different day?
No, it was on like 20 days after the first,
Oh,
20 to
that's
30, I guess. A lot of gap.
got
In
it.
the second
Got it.
interview, it was more like they asked me questions about something like, can you make a YouTube marketing strategy? If we
अच्छा.
give you something to, think
Mm-hmm.
about something like that. They'll give us, an object. Can you make a marketing strategy for it for some Google product? They'll ask
Mm-hmm.
you if there are any improvements you can do to some Google products. Something like that
Okay,
related to the field you're applying in. So mine, relates to digital marketing, but it applies to other things also, like project management. They'll probably ask you about, to manage something or manage a team or manage a, some program which is going on in the.
got it, got it. Yeah, more around a situation around how would you handle it, how you will assess it or try to improve it. Got it.
Something like that. And the interviews were for
Hmm.
around 45 to 55 minutes.
Okay,
हाँ
and this was your last interview.
हाँ this was my last interview.
Once you had your interviews done, उसके बाद
Mm.
फाइनल रिजल्ट आने में कितना कितना टाइम लगा?
So actually it was scheduled to come on like 15 days later, but it got
अच्छा,
delayed. तो बोला था कि December end तक देंगे, but
हाँ,
due to Christmas, New Year's, etc., I think push हो गया. Then it
ओके,
came around in January end, I think. हाँ, पर मेरे पास January end में confirmation नहीं आया कि you are selected. It was more
अच्छा,
like you passed the second interview also. They have
ओह,
moved you on to the team matching round. So
hmm.
basically, they were matching teams of,
Yeah,
like
yeah, it
past
happens.
apprentices
Hmm.
to the apprentices, and many,
Hmm.
many like
Hmm.
people got rejected into that.
Hmm.
So it doesn't matter if you clear a second, but you have to, and there is, there is nothing you can do there. It's, in on your luck, honestly.
Nice, nice. But I'm sure your interviews definitely
Hmm.
went well,
Help.
and
Yeah.
luck was also by your
Also,
side.
the interviewers, they write everything, they evaluate every little thing. How do you answer? What's your thinking process like? And during the
Uh-huh.
interview, one tip is, don't just straight up answer the question. Tell them your thinking process also. Why did you say that? Why
Hmm.
did you conclude to that? हर चीज
Hmm.
का why बोलना चाहिए कि मैंने क्या
Hmm.
सोचा. अगर उनको एक एक step लेके जाओ, so they'll be more than, and keep it like a conversation. They're more than happy to, give you more details, help you more, but you have to ask for it.
Yeah, right.
Hmm.
The whole story. It's
हाँ.
not like you can
It's not
skip
like कि
from first
उनने पूछा
paragraph to
मैंने
the
दो
end.
लाइन बोला. हाँ.
Hmm. Nice, understood. Uh, then finally, offer आने में कितना टाइम लग गया?
Offer came in around Feb. मतलब confirmation आ गया था Feb starting में. Offer letter draft होने में time लगा था. I got the offer letter.
Now that it's been, I guess, more about an year.
No,
You
no, no.
have
It's
joined six
a
six
little
months,
more than 6 months, yes.
little more than 6 months. Okay, so now you're well settled within your
No.
team.
So after you join Google for the first 3 months, they put you into a boot camp. Boot camps like mainly means कि आपको training देंगे.
अच्छा.
Across
हम्म.
product areas की जो मैंने कंपनी मेंशन की थी, they conduct
हम्म.
regular sessions. जैसे मेरे डिजिटल मार्केटिंग के, किसी के डीए के, एक्सेट्रा रेगुलर सेशंस होंगे, and you have to submit assignments for Kate, and side by side you will get your team trainings also to the team you are allocated to. वो लोग
हम्म.
भी आपको train करेंगे. For the first 3 months you're not doing any actual teamwork, you're just
Okay.
learning, getting into the Google ecosystem, etc. After 3 months, you like primarily start your teamwork, which I did.
So 3 months of boot camp,
Hmm.
and post that your team's responsibilities
Hmm,
basically.
hmm, 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 hmm.
So all in all, if you are doing an apprenticeship, then internal portals is one way you can
Hmm.
get
There is no PPO as
get.
such, though.
There's
Huh.
no PPO concept. More
Mm-hmm.
like you have to find your team internally throughout the
You have
opportunities out
to
there.
apply through internal postings only. There is no such कि if they like your work, your team, they'll keep,
हाँ, पीपीओ का तो कंसेप्ट ही नहीं है ना
नहीं concept
अप्रेंटिसशिप
नहीं
में.
है. हम्म.
हम्म.
कई जगह होता है, यहाँ नहीं है.
अच्छा.
हम्म.
ओके, ओके.
So for apprenticeship एक और चीज है, you won't get work खुद से. You have to, make yourself, stand out in your team and be proactive about it to
ओके.
मतलब gain their trust to add you in their teams and give you work proper or client calls. So I am really very much engrossed in my team.
टोटली.
Hmm.
सो नाउ दैट यू हैव सेटल्ड इन, तुमने अपनी बूट कैंप भी कर ली, तुमने अपना टीम के साथ भी यू हैव स्पेंट गुड 3.5 months नाउ. So how are you feeling work wise, and how are you feeling work wise at Google?
There are a lot of perks. There are n number of perks at Google. You know, you get breakfast, you get your lunch, you get your snacks,
Yeah,
and you know they have micro kitchens at every floor or every alternative floor for you with snacks, fresh fruits, fresh juices, and they're all healthy and tasty. It's not like कि
yeah,
junk मिलेगा. They're all healthy snacks though. And you
right,
know
right.
there are co-working spaces in between, except for your desk you can go there, you know, sit on the sofa, do your work. There are spas, there are meditation rooms, there are nap pods, and
Yeah,
you know there is a medical room also. You can avail medical facilities at Google. You get an insurance, and except for that you get swags, gifts.
right, right. Which has reduced a lot, what
Which
I
has
have heard. Huh?
reduced.
Yeah,
Nowadays you don't get any, but if your
yeah,
luck is there, you'll get some. There are a lot of activities also, co-curricular type of things also going on in the office as well, which are
yeah.
not non-work related. There are a
Right,
lot of
right.
ERGs, employee resource groups, which
Mm-hmm.
exist in Google. There are all on voluntary basis. You know, you can
Yeah,
get yourself into a book club, get into yourself into a dance club or a singing club type of thing. There are music rooms. There was
yeah,
FIFA.
yeah,
There is
yeah, yeah.
PS5. Yeah,
Definitely.
there are a lot of
Uh,
things you can engross yourself into and just not grow as a professional person, but you know, it's like multidimensional. Google offers that.
Definitely. I've been also finding these things very
Mm.
much interesting, keeping my day sorted that apart from work, I have a lot of other activities
Other
to do
things to
also.
do. There are a lot of
Yeah,
fests which goes on, carnivals, and the
yeah,
food team also conducts like so many things
yeah,
according to the festivals, etc. There are a lot of things which goes on in the
yeah.
office. Yeah.
I've uploaded some shorts about it, like a Halloween shorts or the Google 25th anniversary short, and also this Diwali shorts also. Yeah.
Mm. Diwali
Well,
celebrations. Yeah.
that's great to know your experience. Definitely, someone watching will have a whole picture from start to end, how things work
I
about
also
this work.
forgot to mention one thing. While you're applying to Google, there are two aspects. Like you have to be ready with your resume and your cover letter.
Okay.
So cover letter obviously indicates a lot, but your resume shouldn't be like, you know, it's looking unprofessional or something. It should be a standard Harvard resume, something like that. And
Mm-hmm.
and all of your goals like actively indicated on that. And one pager is enough for your resume. It shouldn't be like a two pager or a three pager, huge document.
Well, thanks, Neha. Thank you so much for sharing in-depth experience of your interview as well as the role info and your experience at Google. Uh, and if you want to know more such videos about different profiles and roles at Google, do comment what kind of profiles are you looking for. I'll definitely find some of the folks working on those profiles and try to come up with similar video. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Raga, for calling me, and I hope it helps any of you with like who are applying to it. And also, please do subscribe to his channel. He has a lot more videos coming up of life at Google, how to get into Google, etc.
नाम तो बोल लो.
Oh, inside Google.
Do comment, like, and subscribe inside Google.